Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh B'Shem Zabrakatah. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone of whom I learned from. This is your brother, Radah, with a quick lesson. So this is Austin Metcalf's father. This is a year ago. There was another interview I was looking for. I couldn't find it, where he was even more humble and docile. And if I'm correct, the family is broken. He wasn't in their lives. He wasn't there was all kind of weird things. I think he had some charges on him, some questionable charges in his own life. Let me see what faith over fear. Look at the cross on his chest. So yeah, the subliminal of what? Renaissance Western Christianity. White Jesus, white angels, white Bible, everything white. Everybody else that's brown and black, you're sinners, and you have to be beaten into submission to worship our white God. Okay, there's so much in this, but listen to this interview. Look at his personality now, and then I'm going to show you a video he just recorded after the verdict. And you guys, 35 years. That's what Austin Metcalf got, or that's what Carmelo got after the verdict, which is all fucked up. But listen, we're not here. 35 fucking years is a life sentence. It's better for him to die than to live that long in the Edomite wicked judicial system that will not prosecute any of the Edomite white males in the Epstein files who are violently raping and murdering underage white children. And of course, they're doing it to Jake. But they're doing this to their own people. These people are fucking wicked. So we can go back and forth, right? Oh, this man, dude. There's no winning with the Edomites. They have their strength is the law of justice. We're gonna pull that second chapter 2 of Wisdom of Solomon. You got to understand that this is their strength. Without the law, and it's called the law of justice in the Apocrypha, because the law of justice is not the law of Moses. The law of justice is the so-called white man pseudoscience / religious / political global worldview of putting himself at the top by calling himself white and categorizing everybody else underneath that title, by making everybody in the Bible white, by making all the movies about the Bible of white people. There's a global vibration on planet Earth that the Most High is a white man, that his son, whom they ignorantly and wickedly called Jesus, when his name is Yahushai, is also a white man. Therefore, and then all of his disciples were white men. All the prophets were white men. Therefore, this specific race of people is the chosen race of people of God, because God is white. When in fact the scriptures tell you that Esau is the border of wickedness, and they are the race or nation of people whom Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, would have indignation with forever. He's always going to be mad at these people. There is no forgiveness for the Edomites. Okay, if you look closely at their skin, they're not white. They're pink. There's a reddish, pinkish hue to both these motherfuckers standing in the video. Okay, let's just get that precept, and I'm gonna let this entire video play, and then I'm gonna let the other video play, so you guys can see the truth about this piece of shit. I wish I could find the other. There was another video where he was like extremely, like his countenance was just beat up, and not because his son died. Like he was like fucking. They found him off the streets. It was crazy how much he's changed in the last year, bro. Let me let's pull the Apocrypha. There's so many reasons why they took. I hate that, man. It's always a commercial with that one. They took the Apocrypha out of the scriptures because Esau, the eagle, in Second Ezra is connected to the same beast. It's the exact same beast in the fourth beast in the book of Daniel, and it says that verbatim. So they took that out because it identified them specifically. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10 on down. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. That is what we are called. We are called the poor. We are called the orphan. We are called the widow. We are called the meek, the prophets, the sons of God, the disciples, the saints. All those names are specific to the Hebrew Israelites and the Hebrew Israelites only, okay? Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare let us is the Edomites. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice. That is their constitution, their amendments, all that. That's talking about Esau, Edom. The way they write laws, the way they vote their laws in and pass bills, that whole fuckery system that they do. Oh, we voted and it passed, and it's a wicked decree. This is what the so-called white man does. And then he imposes those laws on the Hebrew Israelites and the rest of the nations of the earth. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait. So it's obviously that their laws are traps. For example, they brought us over here during slavery for 350 years. When they saved us, they wrote the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment says no man shall be a slave unless he is duly prosecuted of committing a crime. Two laws that were written. One law was written that a so-called black man could not defend himself in court against a white man. So right there, you have no legal stance in their court system. And then all of a sudden, they just conveniently wrote vagrancy laws. Well, what are vagrancy laws? You can't loiter. What does that mean? They knew they had a high population of Hebrew Israelites in America because they had made them slaves and because they were no longer working them from before sun up till after sundown. What happened? You had this huge work labor force. This awesome. There was no NWA. There were no drive-by shootings. There was no crack cocaine yet. There was no rap music. You had a bunch of Hebrew Israelite men walking around that could fix anything, that could build anything, that could plant and harvest anything, because they had been doing it for 350 years, 18 hours a day, 6 days a week. And the only day they got off was when they were being indoctrinated with white Jesus in Renaissance Western Christianity. So their minds are all fucked up. So now these men are walking around, and it's not like they can't do something. They're very skilled. When you think about vagrancy laws in the 1800s, don't think about Chicago now. That wasn't the reality then. You're talking about men who could freaking completely govern hundreds of acres, if not thousands of acres of land, and produce an amazing crop on multiple levels. Men who could build, men who could do they had all these skills because they were slaves. They were doing everything for Esau. So once slavery stopped and the fucking industrial whatever started, they wrote this law. How convenient. And they laid in wait. So if you couldn't prove you had a job to a white man, you instantly went to jail for like 5 years, 3 years. Why? Because then in jail, you could be put back to work for free because you were duly prosecuted of breaking the law. See how that works? Oh, these people are so good. White people are awesome. White Jesus is great. These are the people teaching us white Jesus while they're doing this stuff to us at the same time. So now we understand that we are the Hebrew Israelites and we were brought to America to serve out a sentence, to be punished by our God, that these people are wicked, that white Jesus isn't true. His name is Yahweh. He's a so-called black man, and he's going to destroy this place and save us up out of here. But it's not Renaissance Western Christianity. Let's continue to read verse 12. Therefore, let us lie wait. I'm going to play those videos, you guys. Hold on. Therefore, let us lie wait for the righteous. And that was just one example, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean, contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. What law? The law of Moses, the biblical law, and objecteth to our infamy, and also how hypocritical they are with their own law of justice, because it's only set up to oppress us and not them. And objecteth to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. 13, he professes to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. All this is true about us. 14, he was made to reprove our thoughts. When you know the truth, not the black and white spectrum, not the black and white construct, but once you know that they are the Edomites, and once you know that you're a Hebrew Israelite and you can operate in this truth according to how the elders and the apostles of the great millstone have laid out, That's when you can reprove them. It has to be done according to prophecy. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. They're not the sons of God. They're not Christians. They're not the Jews. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed. He's talking about prophecy. And maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of God, see, obviously, these people are not the sons of God for them even thinking like this. And you got to understand, this is a peek into their inner workings. The higher you go up in their rulership, this is how they think. All right? For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him. The same thing they said to Yahushua when he was on the cross. Okay? And deliver him from the hands of the enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness. See, the word meek is also another word that only applies to the Hebrew Israelites, and prove his patience. I'm going to stop there for the sake of time. Let's get back to this. Look at this piece of shit.
Okay, so Mr. Metcalf, it's JFF and then METCALF. You are Austin's father.
Yes, sir.
Easy question to start with. It's probably a tough one to answer, but how have the last 24 hours been for you and for your family and for Hunter?
That's 3 questions. So, for me, it's not real yet. It hasn't sunk in. I'm just happy to stay strong so we can handle all the things that need to be handled. Arrangements, people flying in, people coming from all over. So I haven't had a chance to really grieve yet. I know at some point when this is all over and we're able to put him in the ground, then I'll probably break down and grieve that way. But right now I'm really numb and I really don't feel anything. I just have to function. And I need to be there for my son.
He hasn't even been in his son's life, bro.
And my family. And I need to make sure I set an example for my son.
Austin, obviously, is the son, and also Hunter, who you're talking about here.
Yes, sir.
Walk me through who Austin was to you. I know that you've said so much about him, I think, in the last 24 hours here. Everyone else.
Oh, look at the smile. Oh, I'm smiling when I think about my son. See, this is all an act. This is all coaching. This is all preparation. Just like when they fucking interviewed his son that's alive, he was wearing like this real simple shirt. His hair is uncombed. They got the camera all the way up to the top of his chest. Why? So you can't see how fucking big he is. And so he's fucking like, oh, he's acting like a little girl. This dude's fucking, dude. Oh my God, you guys, just watch.
Said a lot about him too, about how great of a kid he was. In your eyes,
See,
though.
they got the camera here on his, all the way down to his stomach because he's a little man.
Just as a father, who was he to you?
My boys are the biggest blessing.
God damn it. Hold on.
My boys are the biggest blessing in my life. God provided them to me.
So now we're going to have the religious talk, right? But they're talking about the white God. They're talking about their white idol Jesus, right? Because they're the sin in their religion is you're black, you're Mexican. That's what sin is to them. Sin isn't the Epstein files. Sin isn't World War I, World War II, the Civil War, the atomic bomb being dropped on Japan. That's not sin to them. Sin to them is people that are not white. You see what I'm saying? The Hebrew Israelites, that's what sin is to them.
God's going to get me through this. I had a dream last night.
Listen to this bullshit. Listen, look, the false emotion, we're going to pull, look at his eyes. I'm going to start crying. We're going to get the precept in 2nd Ezra about not trusting your enemy, though he's come crouching and weep with his eyes. You got to remember that these fucking people are fucking, the word hypocrite means to put on a mask or act. All right, so watch what he says. Watch what he says about his son coming to him in a dream. Look at this shit.
And Austin came to me and said, I'm okay. God's going to get me through this.
Listen to shit.
I had a dream last night.
He had a dream.
And Austin came to me and said, I'm okay.
Austin came to him in a dream wearing a hair fishnet on his head. He was smoking a cigarette. He was wearing a white robe, and he had some Chuck Taylors on because he was washing dishes in heaven for all the other white supremacists in heaven. They were having a banquet, and he had to come see his dad. He had a fishnet on his head. He was smoking a cigarette with a white robe and some Chuck Taylors. Pops, I'm going to be okay, Pops. I'm up here right now. The boys are having some dinner. I'm washing the dishes. I'm a good guy. Get the fuck out of here. White baby Jesus came to visit him.
He gives me peace. Doesn't mean I don't hurt.
Okay, so Yahushai, the one they call Jesus, doesn't give him peace. His son visiting him with the hairnet on gives him peace, right? It gives him peace.
But it gives me great peace. So, one of the things, my son, Hunter, his ability to stay strong is a character to his brother. His brother, they had each other's back. They were tight. I've never seen a bond like that.
And one little tiny black boy was defiant and approached him with a 3-inch fucking butter pocket knife. The terror of the Negro. These fucking Edomites, bro. Oh my fucking God.
Identical twins. Technically, Austin was his big brother. Those boys were my everything. I had cancer almost 10 years ago. I wasn't supposed to live, but that was my why, to fight.
So this all this is bullshit, bro.
And without those boys, I probably would have succumbed and gave in.
Succumbed. He would have succumbed.
But they were in my...
Because when you succumb, you know? You fucking you guys. The hairnet boy, the dead hairnet boy with fucking fucking Chuck Taylors on, smoking a cigarette, washing dishes, kept him from succumbing.
Heart, and I fought hard because I wanted to be their father. I wanted to be there for them.
He was on the deathbed, pushing out. He was grunting and pushing out the cancer so he could be there for his white children.
Throughout the years they grow up, and so I can share my wisdom and share my mistakes so they won't do the same. Austin was an outstanding athlete, person, friend, loyal, loving. He would light up the room. He was such a leader, naturally. On that team, he would fire those guys up. He would step on that field, and he would become a totally different person. His level of play.
Speaking of becoming a totally different person, let's jump now to the present. They have found the Israelite guilty. He's going to get 35 years in prison. That is more than a life sentence. That's more than enough. He should be satisfied with that, right? No, they're not satisfied with that. They want more. They want more. They want more. Let me see. Okay, so it didn't save it. All right, I sent it to the chat. Hold on real quick. All right, this is it. So look at this guy.
Mellow, okay?
So
Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon? How's that one strike you? Something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mellow, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon? How's that one strike you? Something racist up so y'all can go.
See, so this is him after the verdict. Look at the see that M? See the M? The M? Oh fuck, now I see it. You guys, look at this. See the M upstairs? Look at this. Oh my God, that's now I just saw this. Okay, look under the 17 in the upper right corner. You see that M? That is the robe or the fucking the garment that the Freemasons wear. Look at his number. His number is 11. And it's standing over the M. The M is for Freemasonry. Look, oh my God, bro. Hold on. Watch. Let me see. Symbols. Let me, Freemason. What's it called? A robe or garment? Let me see. Watch. There it is.
Freemasonry, as we understand it today, is a fraternal organization that evolved from the guilds of stonemasons who built the this emblem.
Man, fuck. Let me see. Hold up. There's a fucking, man, I want to find that motherfucker. As I pulled it up one time. There's a, let me see images. I'm gonna find the, where is the fucking, the robe? What's it called? The garment? The, the garment. There it is. See that? Okay, can you see it? Watch. There's an M. It makes an M. If you look at it closely, it makes an M. There's an M. There's one that makes an M, bro. If you look at it, you can see the M. If you look at the way it folds over, you got the two sides of the outside, and then if you take away the bottom blue, it's an M, bro. That's a fucking M, and that's the same shit you see right here, bro. His fucking dude, he's got his. I didn't know that his number was 11. That 9/11, 11 it's 11, 3, 3, 9, 6. All of those. The Twin Towers were 2. That was an 11. That's why the Twin Towers. These are Freemasons, bro. And there's a chance that fucking also Carmelo. There's a dude. Now listen to what I'm gonna suggest. Because when I saw Carmelo, I'm talking about the Jake. When I saw Carmelo's mom talking, she was talking in front of her husband, his dad. His dad was standing in the back, and he was quiet, and the mom was talking, and she wasn't even fucking crying, bro. And I remember thinking, wait a minute, why are her parents positioned like this? Why is he standing in the back? And why is she in the front? Because they do that a lot. Jake, that's on television, that has made the covenant with death with these motherfuckers, Esau does all kind of shit with them to then affect the minds of all the other Hebrew Israelites that are watching TV. It's fucking mind control. It's social engineering. I was wondering if the thought crossed my mind, and now I'm starting to think more about this. I'm wondering if Carmelo and this white boy, if they're also like just actors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wondering if this is fucking even real, dude, just to get everybody else freaking. Because look how this dude's acting now after a 30. Now, I'm not saying this shit didn't have. I'm just saying, look at all the symbolism. You got to see the symbolism.
Something racist up you up and go viral.
Look at this guy. He's pink.
Mellow, okay?
And see, they're not white. Look how red he is. The Edomites are red. Look how foaming at the mouth this motherfucker is now after a 35 year sentence. That's not enough.
He was such a little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon? How's that one strike you? Something racist up you up and go viral. I got a new name for Mellow now because the gag order is lifted. Tiffany Billions, Wackadoo, McAdoo, whatever her last name is. I'm not going to throw insults at you because I'm not going to lower myself to your level. But you're despicable. Drew Anthony, Kayla, you're cowards. You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impact. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money or GoSendGo money. You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child, and I swear to God, CPS to come check on those other 3 that you still have. You never once admitted or took accountability. You know, because
see, now he's a child, so he's a watermelon felon, but then now he's a child. This shit's all over the place, you guys. I didn't hear this part.
Last name is, you tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide. And what'd you do? You widen the gap even further. You hire a convicted baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference, Funny. I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left. When asked, I didn't stab anyone. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife.
I thought he was trying to pray with us. So I thought he was trying to pray with us. So a person that's trying to pray with you, if you don't pray with them, instant hatred, right? Afterwards, you just become full of hate afterwards. How does that work? You see all that? This is weird, you guys.
Hire a convicted.
Secret Service Sam here with some hardcore receipts on the Austin Metcalf Carmelo Anthony trial aftermath. Jeff Metcalf got on TikTok Live and showed you his completely racist side. For him to sit there and say this wasn't about race, and this video I'm about to show you gives you an idea into how these twins were raised and how we ended up here and how they were most likely talking to Carmelo. Look at what Jeff Metcalf had to say about slavery.
Even though they did wrong, you're going to support someone who does something against the law. You're encouraging and saying it's okay because he's a certain color. Oh, you got more melanin than me. Ooh, so you get more privileges, more entitlement? Because 400 years ago, someone actually sold you to us, and we took you over here and put you to work. And then we had a civil war to free your ass. And now you want to talk shit? Oh, I'm being so oppressed. You couldn't even vote. 1960.
Secret Service Sam here with some hardcore receipt.
Look how far you've come. Look at all the free shit we give you. You're not oppressed. You're fucking entitled. You know what DEI stands for? Yeah. It means I don't have to be fucking qualified. I just have to be a certain color or a race or gender. Whose broad-ass idea was that? I don't know about you, but when I grew up, there was no participation trophy. Yeah. There wasn't a safe space created for me because my feelings were hurt. We had to take actual responsibility for our own actions. Wow, what a concept. If you want society to change, if you want a better place for your kids, then get involved in your kids' life, in your community, in your church. But don't sit on your couch and bitch when it doesn't go your way.
And what's crazy is him say black fathers are not involved in their life. It's like 78% of y'all aren't even involved. When that statistic has been debunked. Black fathers are more involved in their children's life than almost any other race. Next, he has a Mark Wayne Mullen moment, claiming to be Native American, and goes on another racist rant.
Look at this, man.
We are Native American. I have my Indian card and so do the boys. So if you want to talk about stolen land,
God damn.
Yeah, that starts here.
That shit's
we were here before y'all were.
This is crazy.
They took all our land and put us on a reservation. They just brought you guys over on a boat.
Let me guess, your Indian name is running around with big racist mouth bowl.
The next question is, are you satisfied with the sentence that Carmelo Anthony received? Do you believe Austin has received justice?
35 years.
That's a real easy question for me to know. Hell no. What is justice? Justice for me is when Austin walks through that door and can hug me. That's how long he should stay in jail. Until my son comes back through that door.
You say black fathers are not involved in their life.
There it is.
Do I think justice was served? No. There's all types of justice. Street justice, legal justice.
Let me guess. Real street justice means strange fruiting someone like you good old boys used to do in the old days. And have picnics and make postcards. I'm sorry for anybody who was triggered by this video, but I thought it was important to debunk Jeff Metcalf saying he's not racist. And now you get an idea for how these twins most likely acted towards Carmelo Anthony. Acting like they were superior to him, and I do believe he acted in self-defense, and we need to bring justice to Carmelo Anthony.
Both those boys together had a combined weight of like 180 or 160 pounds. They both were like 80 pounds heavier than fucking... Anyways. Now, let's go back really quick. Look at this shit, man. This is fucking nuts. So when you go back to the beginning of the video, that's not an accident that you see that M. That's a Freemasonic symbol, and then you see the M under the 11, and it's set up high. And if you look at the two brown candles, that could be your two pillars. That's what the 11 is. It's the two pillars, you guys. It's the two pillars, and you got two. There's symbolism all over this. I didn't know that. I didn't know that coming in this, because I remember seeing something else, and it was real. See, you can see the M. That's an M. You can see it means Mason. It's also the compass or the ruler, but when you look at it, it makes an M. Especially if you turn it upside down. If I was able to turn it upside down, that's when you can see it. Because I saw somebody else doing it. They were trying to sell a product online, and then I was like, wait, that's the fucking Freemason symbol turned upside down, and they're trying to. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers are Freemasons, and that's when I learned. That's when the Spirit showed me that shit. See, that's an M. It looks like an M, and that's what you see right there in the corner. I don't want to heart that, and then right here, right there. See the Metcalf? This is fucking. Dude, this is, you guys see what I'm trying to show you? And then look at this bitch. Look at this asshole. Look how he's...
Totally different person. His level of play was above most everyone else. He would step on that field and he would become a totally different person.
Just like this guy did.
His level of play was above most everyone else. He led the team.
Let's get... I'm going to be done. I'm going to one more precept. Never trust thine enemy. Okay? I'm going to pull it up this way. Never trust thine enemy. Second Ezra, or Ecclesiasticus, Salakia. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is thy... Who is thy enemy? Who's your enemy? Let's go to, you will be sold to your enemies. And then we'll come back to this. You will be sold. You will be sold. So these people are our enemies, sold to your enemies. Our enemies are listed in Psalms 83. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:68. Look. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt. Talking about America again, because Egypt is synonymous with the house of bondage, with ships. And we came over here on ships. The transatlantic slave trade is the biggest slave trade in human history. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there shall ye be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, no man shall redeem you. Okay, so these fucking people are our enemies. Ecclesiasticus, so it means don't trust these people. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All it takes is for a little moisture in the air, or to drop on iron, and it will instantly rust. It's oxidization. It's a normal, natural reaction to the elements. So this is what this is saying. It is just as natural as it is for iron to rust with water. It is natural for the Edomites, right, to show hatred for you Hebrew Israelites. They are connected to us in biblical prophecy. You cannot get away from these motherfuckers, and they cannot get away from us. This is why they're always thinking about us. Look at the next one. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So when he's talking about praying, I wanted you to pray with me. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no...
Y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mellow now. Something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mellow, okay? Now, because the gag order is lifted. Tiffany Billions, wackadoo, McAdoo, you tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest.
Remember when he was talking about you? I tried to pray with you, but you wouldn't pray with me. What the fuck? Which is, we don't follow white Jesus. The white Jesus never did shit for any of us, but make us submit to Edomites. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Verse 12, set him not by thee. What was it? Fucking integration? Our people got worse when we integrated with them because all their ways became our ways. Now you see transgender black kids, you see nothing but fucking homosexuals. The women is masculine and all out in the front and exalted in their society, thinking they don't need a man. Everything's fucked up, you guys. Set him, our people can't get rid of white Jesus. Set him not by thee. All they tell us when they see us on the street corners, prophesy, can the white man be saved? They want to save these motherfuckers. Set him up, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand. And this is what they did when they acted like us in 1948, the Balfour Declaration. They told the world that they are the Jews, lest he seek to take thy seat. That and thou at the last remember my words, and he pricketh therewith. Okay, and we pricked her there. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer? So look at this. They are the serpent. When it is bitten with the serpent. Aren't one of their names the serpent? Yes, they're the serpent, the devil, Satan, and the dragon. And you had to know when the scriptures are speaking about them with those words. And then, in fact, I don't think Satan, actual prince, demon, spirit, I don't think he's ever called the serpent, you guys. That word is applied to a man. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? And what are men in Scripture when they don't know the law? They're likened unto wild beasts. That's what King David says, right? Okay, verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? So you start to take on their ways when you start to consider them and their philosophies. When you start to seek out relationship with them, they will make you dirty. Verse 15, for while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And this is what you see. This is a perfect example.
I come to now.
35 years is not enough. And yet our people want to save these fucking people. Our people, when we tell them that the destruction is coming for them, our people want to save these fucking people. Yet this dude, and it's looking like it's all an act, a Freemasonic psyop, he's just spewing hate. 35 years is not enough. It needs to be more. And every time you nigglets get on fucking TV when someone has done you wrong, what's the first thing that comes out your fucking mouth? I forgive them. Remember when that black boy wanted to hug that white girl for shooting her brother? The cop, the white cop, can I hug her? Can I hug her? Can I give her a hug? You fucking people, you Jakes are fucking weird, man.
You raised that child, and I swear to God, CPS to come check on those other 3 that you still have. You never once admitted or took accountability. Now, because the gag order is lifted. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide.
Yeah, because they're so.
And what'd you do?
Look.
You widen the gap even further.
It's our fault.
You hire a convicted, baby-shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny, I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left when asked. I didn't stab anyone.
But he wanted to pray with us, right?
You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died.
See, he wanted to pray with us. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Oh my gosh. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakodash. Bahashem Yahweh Shai Shalak Rayam Wa Anashim Wa Haragim Wa Mashapatyam. Al Kal Adawamian Wa Gawamian Wa Ayabyam Nawa. Baba Kasha. Send evils, send destruction, send Shalak Yahweh Shai Wa Mayaka Allah, to destroy Esau, Edom, and their hatred for us. We acknowledge our transgressions against you. We have sinned against you. We have not sinned against these people. Yahweh B'Hashem Yashah, we weep concerning you like a virgin in sackcloth for the husband of her youth. Spare your heritage. Let not the Edomites, let not the heathen say, where is their Lord? Where is their husband? Do not let the heathen pollute your heritage. Keep your heritage, your great name. Sanctify your name in us. We confess our wicked adulteries that we committed against you. You are and were a good father. You are and were a good husband. You are, we give you glory. We acknowledge you in all of this. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, send Yahweh Shai, the one who is profitable to be over the earth, and save us from our enemies. We ask this in the name of Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Yahushai Tawada Amen. I pray that this lesson was edifying. Only of all praise and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Kakadash, and double honors to the elders of the great millstone, the elders and the apostles of the great millstone of whom I learned from. Shalom.